This is looking at Monday, December 8th price action. We can see that price has come up, expansion, retracement, expansion, retracement, expansion, and then what looks to be a change in the state of delivery here, retracement, and then continuation. So kind of like reverse a profile, but then here it just does a bam expansion at 6 a.m. and then has been like kind of consolidating, probably divergence with the S&P. If I look, let me see. Yeah, divergence, right? Not that it matters, but this could be a potential reversal day, right? Where this is the expansion, this is the retracement, and then we continue lower, or we take that high and then reverse, right? But it could also be an expansion day because this is the expansion. We consolidate here, we retrace to fair value gap, which probably exists, and here, right? Of course, and this fair value gap right here. We retrace to it and then continue higher. But if we look at other pairs, okay, there is of course that right there. But if we look at Canadian, we can actually spot a shadow sweep, right? And if we forward 5 minutes, we can see that, right? Which is good to know. So slow. Right, so if we zoom into that price action on the 1 minute, we can see there's a shadow sweep of this high and then a mini shadow sweep with these highs. With the CAD, right? Because CAD shadow sweep here with this high and then the high takes out this high, but in dollar it does not take it out, right? And then if we check what time it is, it's exactly at 8 a.m. And if we take a OTE from this high to this low, we're also in an OT zone. We have a shadow sweep, we have the daily profile, we have the mini shadow sweep right here, we have the time, right? And then we place a short on the displacement, we put our stop here, we aim for this low, or let's say we're generous and we aim for a 3R, right? We wait, consolidation, boom, right? So that would be the best trade for the day. The reason being because it follows all my checklist for my setup, right? Of course, this is the CZG3 Model 3, right? And it follows the OTE, it follows the shadow sweep, follows the displacement, follows the daily profile, follows the what's it called, the risk to reward, right? Everything. But say we did not catch that, then let's say we're here, right? We can tell that this is a change in order flow. So if price does come back again, we want to be short, right? So let's see. Okay, price runs the stop there, hangs around, runs more stop. Looks like price is ready to go higher. It's 9 a.m. Let's see. Ooh. Right. All charts look the same. Let's organize. Right. Of course, there is a possibility that we just go higher from there and take the highs. Right. So let's see, what was the low formed. Low is formed at 9. Let's check the other pairs. Formed at 9. Alright, so because of this, had we taken a bullish trade, because Canadian is being so generous and giving us a good setup today, right? Have we taken a buy position here? But I'll stop there. But this is the thing though, we don't know if price is gonna keep going lower. Right? This could be just a fake setup for price to keep going lower. But say we had full trust in that, we would have gotten a good for our trade. Of course, we wouldn't take it, but it's still valid, right? But now we are looking for a bearish trade because there's a change in order flow and there's an OTE, right? Now we wait and observe. So that's the trade, right? We have to go the 1 minute. There's a retracement of this change in state delivery. This high takes out that high, so there is also a shadow sweep. Overall, we're bears, so if we take a short off of that, put our stops somewhere around there, because we don't expect price to come higher, and then we aim for this low. Boom. We get tagged, right? So this would be the optimal trade for the day, or the first one. But if you look at my journal, and the trade that I did take was, the first trade that I took was this. It was exactly at 8 a.m. It was the exact setup that I was just talking about here. But instead of taking a short, for some stupid reason, I was actually looking to be a buyer, right? Of course. So in my mind, I was thinking, hey, we're bullish because, I mean, it wasn't a wrong thought to have, right? We're bullish because there's a fair value gap here. This is an expansion. This is a daily expansion profile, right? So we want some sort of retracement to then go higher, right? So that was my scenario going in. But of course, the trade that I took was buying here and then putting my stop here and then aiming for that, right? The mistake that I made on the first trade was, of course, a mental failure, thinking that price does not have to come here and I might miss out on the move. So let me place a buy real quick, and I got stopped out in same like less than 20 seconds, right? I was I was looking at some sort of shadow pattern in these lows, and I was very convinced that we were going higher. But had I placed a sell at that exact candle and just held, I would have been in a better spot, right? So the mistake that I learned from this trading day, was if there's two daily profiles, we have to make scenarios for both of them, right? Just because I want the price to go bullish and I'm seeing a bullish expansion day does not mean the price has to go bullish, right? We should also make a scenario where price goes bearish, right? Common sense. This, and then we look at the highs, and then we assume, or we expect price to go lower like that, because we already have OTE. Or another option would be price takes this high and then goes lower, right? But if we look at the scenarios that we have, let's see pre-market, and let's go to scenarios. The scenario that I had was that, right? So even in my pre-market scenario, I expected price to at least come uh, lower to the fair value gap before going higher. But stupid me, breaking my rule, I took a trade at 8 a.m., right? And my sell scenario, it was it was it was good, I guess, because that was what happened. But I just wasn't. I was very blind to it. Yeah, I was joining these stupid, leaning bullish but cautious bearish expansion stop run, right? So yeah, it was a good trading day to learn. 4 more trades.